Stop scrolling. Wait. Before you move to the next video, give me 1 minute. Because maybe this is not random. Maybe today has been heavier than you admitted. Maybe nobody noticed. You smiled. You replied. You kept showing up. But inside, you have been carrying something quietly. Pressure, questions, exhaustion, trying to stay strong while feeling empty. And lately, you have been wondering, how much longer can I keep doing this? If that sounds like you, stay here, because I want to tell you something. You are not weak because you feel tired. You are human, and sometimes, the strongest people are the ones carrying the most silently. Maybe nobody around you sees it, but God sees. He sees the moments you stay awake thinking. He sees the pressure you never explain. He sees the effort nobody thanks you for. He sees the battles nobody knows exist. And if lately you have been asking, God, where are you? You are not alone. People have asked that question for generations, not because they had no faith, but because life became difficult. Sometimes we expect change to happen suddenly. One prayer, one answer, one perfect moment. But real change often starts quietly. Before circumstances change, something inside begins changing first. Perspective, strength, hope, and maybe that is happening right now. What if this season is not punishment? What if it is preparation? What if things are growing in places you cannot see yet? Think about this. How many times in life did something make sense only later? A closed door, a delay, a moment that felt unfair, but eventually protected you. Maybe not every delay means forgotten. Maybe not every closed door means rejection. Maybe some things are taking longer because something deeper is being built. And if you have been feeling discouraged, hear this. Your story is not over. You are still here. You are still trying. You are still moving. That matters, because in the next few minutes, I want to show you something that changed the way I think about waiting, and why silence does not always mean absence. Now, let me ask you something. What if the delay you are feeling is not rejection? What if it is protection? Think about your life for a moment. How many things once disappointed you, but later made sense? The opportunity that never happened, the relationship that ended, the plan that failed. At the time, it felt unfair. But later you realized, if that happened when I wanted it, I would not have been ready. Sometimes we think progress only counts when we can see it. But that is not always true. Some of the most important growth in life happens quietly. You cannot see roots growing, but that does not mean growth stopped. And maybe that is where you are right now. Not stuck, not forgotten, growing. Even if it does not feel like it. You may not see results yet, but look at who you are becoming. You survived things that once felt impossible. You learned things you never wanted to learn. You became stronger in places nobody notices. That matters. And maybe the reason this season feels difficult is because something is changing inside you first. Not punishment, preparation, not absence, development, because life has a strange way of teaching us that the strongest foundations are usually built slowly. You do not build something lasting overnight, and neither does growth. So if lately you have been asking, when will my life finally change? Try asking, what is this season creating in me? That question changes everything. Maybe peace, maybe patience, maybe courage, maybe a version of you that your future needs. And hear this, feeling tired does not mean you are failing. Feeling uncertain does not mean you are lost. Feeling delayed does not mean your story ended. You are still becoming. You are still moving, even if progress feels invisible. And what I want to show you next might completely change the way you see pressure. Because what if the hardest seasons of your life were never sent to destroy you, but to reveal who you can become? Keep watching. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed The seasons that changed you the most were usually not the easy ones. Nobody chooses pressure. Nobody asks for uncertainty. Nobody wakes up hoping for difficult days. But sometimes, those seasons leave behind something unexpected. Strength, perspective, depth. Think about it. The version of you today did not appear overnight. It was shaped by waiting, by disappointment, by moments that forced you to keep going. And maybe that season you are in right now is not trying to break you. Maybe it is revealing something, because pressure has a way of showing us things. It shows us what matters. It shows us what we depend on. It shows us what we need to let go of. And sometimes it reveals strength we did not know we had. That does not make difficult seasons easy. Pain is still painful. Questions are still questions. But difficulty does not automatically mean failure. You are allowed to admit, this has been hard. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to say, I do not understand everything right now. That does not make you weak. That makes you honest. Because faith is not pretending. Faith is continuing, even when you do not have every answer. And maybe you have been measuring progress the wrong way. Maybe progress is not always bigger numbers, not always faster results, not always visible success. Sometimes progress looks like getting out of bed, trying again, having difficult conversations, resting when needed, not quitting, believing one more day. Those things count more than you realize, because one day you may look back at this exact season and realize this was not the chapter that ended me. This was the chapter that changed me. And maybe you are becoming someone right now that your future will thank you for. So before we continue, I want you to think about something. What have you survived that you once thought would destroy you? Remember that answer. Because if you survived that, maybe you are stronger than you think, and what comes next might completely change how you see breakthrough. Because what if the biggest change you are waiting for does not begin around you, but inside you first? Keep watching. What if the breakthrough you have been waiting for does not begin around you, but inside you first? Most people think change starts the moment circumstances improve. The call comes, the opportunity appears, the money arrives, the answer finally shows up. But sometimes, the first thing that changes is you, and that change is quieter than people expect. It starts in how you think, in how you speak to yourself, in how you stop letting fear decide everything. Because if peace only exists when life becomes perfect, peace never stays. But if peace becomes something deeper, you carry it through uncertainty. Maybe that is what this season has been teaching you. Not how to avoid difficult moments, but how to stand through them. Think about who you were a year ago. Would that version of you handle today the same way? Probably not, because even if life feels unfinished, you have changed. You became stronger. You became wiser. You became more patient. You became someone who kept showing up. That matters. And I want you to remember something. Your current season is not your permanent identity. Feeling delayed does not mean forgotten. Feeling tired does not mean defeated. Feeling uncertain does not mean you are lost. Sometimes, you are simply growing in places nobody can see yet. So if nobody told you today, you do not have to carry everything alone. You do not need all the answers tonight. You do not need to know the next 10 years. You only need enough courage for today, enough hope for today, enough faith for today. Because stories do not end in the middle, and maybe that is exactly where you are. Not at the end, in the middle, still becoming, still growing, still moving. So before this video ends, I want to leave you with one question. What if your best chapter has not disappeared? What if it simply has not arrived yet? Hold on to that thought. And the next time life feels uncertain, remember this. You survived before. You will move forward again. Your story is still being written. If this message stayed with you, write one word in the comments. And if you want more messages like this, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.